roll.
Commissioner Blevins?
Here.
Commissioner Norwood?
Here.
Commissioner Stoley? Siragusa?
Siragusa, here.
Commissioner Roberts? Here. Commissioner Stallings?
Here.
Commissioner Orr?
Here.
And Mayor Mason.
Here. Item number 2, we're going to have the invocation that will be done by Mike Summerfield from Grace Mennonite Church. And then that'll be followed by our flag salute, and I've asked Commissioner Scott Ward to do the flag salute.
Please pray with me. Father, it's a comfort to know that we can come to the greatest leader in creation when we have questions and need guidance. It's a comfort to know that you are working all things together for our best good. And it's a comfort to know that we have city commissioners and city employees that are seeking to do what's right for our community. We ask you to come here this evening now and preside over this meeting, work in each of our minds and our hearts, help us to understand the issues, help us to share our concerns, help us to vent our confusions, and to find all the answers necessary to lead this community into a prosperous future. I ask you, reveal yourself in the ways that only you can. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Be seated. Item number 3.1, consider approval of minutes of the regular commission meeting of June the 6th, 2023.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Please cast your vote. Motion passes 7-0 to 0. Item number 4, awards, presentation, proclamations, and organizational business. 4.1, present pet available for adoption at the City Animal Welfare Department.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
So, we do deal with farm animals also. This is Cluck Cluck. It was available for adoption, but Carol Lehman's already decided she's going to adopt it. And the cute little black and white kitten I have on my chest is a chicken. He's a little bit of a chicken when you first go to reach for him, so he'll run from you for a second. But as you can see, once he warms up, he is incredibly sweet and just a little roly-poly of a kitten. Loves to be loved on. He's probably about 10 to 12 weeks old, and he is ready for a new home. He is located in Pen 5 at the shelter, and his adoption fee is waived, and he also comes with a voucher to get him fully vetted through the SPCA for free. And he's just a loving guy. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll leave the crate out there for you.
I know I haven't been mayor very long, but I think this is the first time I've had a city attorney that's carrying a chicken around. But, okay.
First time I've seen a chicken at the city council.
I know. Well, maybe we can get a little scratch going or something. Okay, item 4.2, recognition, City of Enid Employee of the Month.
As always, this is an opportunity to recognize the Employee of the Month for June, which is James Hamblin, who is a park technician in our Parks Department. James has worked for us for more than 5 years, probably longer than that because time flies. James has learned all the jobs and all the needs in the Parks Department and has done a wonderful job. Corey, the supervisor of the Parks Department, is here, and you can tell people better the wonderful things he does and why he is the employee of the month for June.
I sure can. I tell you what, people like James make my job so much easier. He's a very sharp individual, I'll tell you that. So he's really mechanically inclined, so a lot of times we'll have problems with our equipment. Everybody will call James. I'll call him. Some of our other employees will call him. And we're like, James, help us, help us. And the guy can figure anything out. It doesn't matter, mechanical. So that's just one of the many talents he's got. He runs the pool. He runs all the maintenance on the Champlin pool. And if you haven't been there to see just how wonderfully ran it is, the water is crystal clear on the maintenance side. He just is amazing. He, this year, he talked me into converting the whole chlorine system over to liquid chlorine, so which involved a lot of stuff behind the scenes, new chemical pumps and new stuff like that. The tablet chlorine had just gotten out of control price-wise, so he figured this out. It's more efficient. It's everything. He hooked it all up, and it's just running like a well-oiled machine. I could go on and on. He helps everybody in our department. He also knows all the maintenance of all the rides at Meadow Lake Park. I mean, you name it, the guy just does it. He's that guy that does everything. So I couldn't be happier for him and happier to have him. So thank you.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you. Thank you, Corey. Thank you, Gerald. And I do it because I love it. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Before I go on to 4.4, we were supposed to do a proclamation tonight regarding the Phillips University. And are they here? Okay. I didn't know who that was, and we had emailed back and forth, but I'd never met y'all. So if you'll come on up, I will do this proclamation. So all of y'all went to Phillips University?
We're the reunion committee.
We are the reunion committee.
Mayor, I'm Fernando. I'm the one that reached out.
Okay.
Pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure, sir.
Yes, sir. Pleasure's all mine. Get back here at the microphone, baby. Okay? Sorry about that confusion. No. I just wasn't sure. So Fernando emailed me a couple months ago, right? Said this reunion was coming up for people that had gone to Phillips University. I didn't realize there was a group of you that get together on a regular basis, actually the 25th year now of that. And that you were coming back and want to know if we do a proclamation. We know that Phillips University is part of our history. We're very proud of. So that brought this, and I wanted to read this proclamation, okay? Whereas the spirit of Phillips University is very much alive and still thriving in a world that only hears it in the whispers, legends, and rousing stories, and whereas our countless alumni across the world still gather and meet regularly in the name of the school to be social, reminisce, and tell the world about Enid and our corner of the world where we live as a utopia and thrived as scholars and young souls learning to search the skies for enlightenment, and whereas the buildings are our continued witness to the legacy and the spirit of what was, what is, and what we know will someday fade into memory time as well, along with all living descendants of Phillips University. And whereas this year We are celebrating the 25th anniversary of Phillips University closing its doors to the world and then later becoming Northwest Oklahoma College. Now, therefore, I, David M. Mason, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor and on behalf of the city of Enid, I do hereby declare June the 23rd as the Spirit of Phillips University Day. So, thank you all very much. Thank you for being here. I'll let you have this. I also wanted to give you, I brought one of my coins. This is a commemorative coin. That's our logo or our emblem on the front. On the back side, that's our skyline. And we always talk about being a city that's on the move. So, thank you very much. Would you like to say something?
I'm going to have Joe speak for us, and we have a gift for each city councilman today. One of the 4 pillars of Phillips University. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
So we normally have about 75 people that show up for a reunion, and this year we've only had a 300% increase.
302.
So we have 302 people that have registered for the reunion. About 250 are from outside of Enid. Their mailing address is outside Enid, and so we figure that we've got around 100 or more hotel rooms booked on top. You know, like Cindy or somebody said, 54 rooms at the Glow and wherever else people could find a place to light. And we are just thrilled to be here and happy to keep on doing it as long as we can.
Well, I'll give you a proclamation if you'll keep filling up our hotel. Every time. Thank you so much. Thank you for that, y'all. Our next item, 4.4, are the appointments of city commissioners to different city boards and commissions. That falls to me to do. I will tell you that's one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do. You sit there and you try to know all the different personalities and their strengths and their weaknesses and where I think you could be most use to the largest group of people. And that's what I did. I will just, I'll run down that list real quick. Some of these, and you'll see some of you have 2 boards that you're on, some have 3. Those that have 3, they're short items. They're like the Walk of Fame that you meet one time or twice. So those aren't quite the commitment. But the way I've done this, by statute, the mayor has to serve on the Advanced Development Authority, the Enid Regional Development Alliance, and the Walk of Fame. But Ward 1, Commissioner Blevins put you on the Public Art Commission, the 911 Board of Enid, Garfield County, and Major County, and the Long-Term Care Authority. Ward 2, Commissioner Norwood, Community Development Block Grant, and the Dr. Martin Luther King Holiday Commission.
Mayor, and I'm fine with that because I'm on 3 other boards outside of the city.
You're good with 2?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm on 5 boards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ward 3, Commissioner Saragusa, Community Development Block Grant, Funding Commission, the 911 Board of Garfield County and Major County. Ward 4, Commissioner Roberts, Community Development Block Grant Funding Commission, the Enid Regional Development Alliance, and the Walk of Fame Committee. Ward 5, Commissioner Stallings, the Call Lake Funding Oversight Committee, the Enid Regional Development Alliance, and the Walk of Fame Committee. And Ward 6, Commissioner Orr, Parks and Recreation, and the Metropolitan Area Planning Commission. And Commissioner, I thought long and hard about this. I know you like being involved in both of those? I know with your schedule, it's pretty tough. If we need to look at doing something a little different because of time commitments, just as long as you do both of them. Okay.
Mr. Mayor, do you intend on putting a commissioner on the library board?
I'm going to consider that, yes, sir.
Okay. I'm not volunteering to be on it. I just had to ask, so.
Okay. Item number 5, Administration 5.1, consider approval of a resolution amending the 2022-2023 general fund budget by appropriating additional funds in the amount of $766,101.11 to increase the 2022-2023 appropriated amount for the General Fund Transfer Department and amending the 2022-2023 Water Capital Improvement Fund budget by appropriating additional funds in the amount of $766,101.11 to increase the 2022-2023 appropriated amount for the Water Capital Improvement Department. Aaron?
Yes, Mayor and Commissioners, the next item for consideration is a change order or amendment to a contract with Envirotech related to the Call Lake water supply program. We're adding additional services and time to that contract, and to be able to award it, we need appropriations. The funding is coming from current American Rescue Plan funds that are sitting in the general fund on hand. So I just need the authorization to move those over to Water Capital so we can award that contract.
Okay. So let me, we're not going to vote on this one. I'm going to go on to 5.2. Or do we vote on it right here?
Yeah.
The resolution and
Yes.
separate vote. But first we need to vote for 5.1, yes.
Okay. All right. Well, with that being said, then I'll look for a motion.
Move to approve item 5.1.
Second.
Second. I have a motion and a second. All those in, please cast your votes, not all in favor. All right, it's 6-0. Item 5.2, consider approval of an amendment to the agreement with Envirotech Engineering and Consulting in Enid, Oklahoma for quality control testing and inspection of Call Lake Water Supply Program, QA-QC services, to be amended to the Call Lake Water Supply Program QA-QC services project number W2112A2 in the amount of $766,101.11 and authorize the mayor to execute necessary documents.
Mayor and Commissioners, the last commission meeting, we approved, you approved amendment to the Garney contract to extend the contract another 6 more months. Like during the time, we need services to do quality control and quality assurance. This item will address those items.
Okay.
Move to approve item 5.2.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Please cast your vote. Passes 6-0. So,
thank you.
All right, thank you. I'll move. Okay, I'm going to move on to item number 6, consent.
Move to approve consent items except for 6.10.
Except for which one?
6.10.
Okay. Do you want to pull this?
Separate vote.
Uh-huh.
Separate vote on 6.10.
Okay. I think we're short a commissioner.
Scott, would you go? I think Commissioner Smalley stepped up back there.
I think he's not.
Or maybe right out there.
Does he still have this? What we'll do? Okay. Okay. Commissioner, do you want to change your motion to,
Motion to approve.
no, I understand that, but Commissioner Norwood was the one that did the motion, weren't you?
No, I did.
You did the motion? Okay.
I asked for a motion to approve.
With everything except 6.1, I understand, okay. Do I have a second on that?
Second.
Okay, a motion and a second, please cast your vote. Okay, 7-0, and we'll vote on this separately then. I'll look for a motion on, let me read it, 6.10. Approve resolution amending the 2022-2023 general budget fund appropriating additional funds in the amount of $400,000 to increase the 2022-2023 appropriated amount for the general fund transfer department and amending the 2022-2023 Enid Event Center and Convention Hall fund budget by appropriating additional funds in the amount of $400,000 to increase the 2022-2023 appropriated amount for the Enid Event Center and Convention Hall Department. So do we need another motion to vote on this separately?
Yeah, and I think, Aaron, I think you're going to need to come back up and explain that, and we may need to, I don't know if in the background this has all the financials of where we're projecting that they're going to end up, but if we don't approve some resolution today, we will be over the budget, more than likely. And that will be, and so that's an action that if you take today, you need to understand, but why don't you go ahead and explain from your perspective?
Right, and so typically when we bring forward resolutions, it's so that we can expend more funds. In this case, that is not the case. We've had revenue shortfalls compared to where we projected those revenues to be in the adopted budget. And so what will happen if this doesn't get approved is that it will eat into a cash fund balance that they don't have, putting them into a negative situation, which legally we cannot do. So I would not recommend that we do that. I understand that we want to have a better outcome and result. Part of that is coming from a shortfall in revenues from hotel tax. We're coming in about $150,000 under where we thought that budget would come in, and we did adjust that down in next year's budget, but we've also had a shortfall in revenue from the operations of the event center itself. What questions can I answer for you?
So we couldn't table this and have somebody from the event center come and tell us why?
Yes, we could, but we would have to have a special meeting before June 30th, which we can do.
Oh, correct.
So if you would like to do
I'm not trying
that.
to create new meetings, but,
Any other questions? I'll look for a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
I have a second. Please cast your vote. Motion passes 5-2.
Mayor, I'd just like to say, and Jeff, we need to get together. You understand the urgency of showing improvement, and I appreciate you standing here and understanding that we all, I believe that what the commission is saying and is that what we're doing down there is what we're providing down there is good, and people want an event center and a convention hall, but we have to figure out a way to lose less money down there. So it's urgent for us to get together and figure that out with all the resources that OVG 360 has.
No.
Thank you for coming tonight.
No. Okay. Yep. Okay. So I'll move to item number 7, recess and convene as the Enid Municipal Authority. Trustees of the Enid Municipal Authority regular meeting. I will say that all the members are here. So item 9.1, approve of claims in the amount of $1,143,973.03.
Move to approve.
I have a motion and a second. Please cast your vote. Item number 10, adjourn to convene as the Enid Public Transportation Authority. Trustees of the Enid Public Transportation Authority regular meeting, all the trustees are here. So item number 12, approval of claims in the amount of $4,015.67.
Move to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please cast your vote. Item number 13, adjourn to reconvene as the Enid City Commission. Item number 14, public comment. And I only have one person signed up, Ronnie Jenkins. Mr. Jenkins, I'll remind you that we have a 1-minute limit. And
Thank you,
please
Mayor.
address everything to
Yeah.
the entire commission.
Thank you, Mayor, City Commissioners, and also City Manager. I'm not one that likes to speak a whole lot, but June the 6th, I watched part of the study session in regards to the green poly carts. I was going to sign up, but then it was changed where public comment was moved to the last, and I didn't realize. Anyway, it seemed like we lost around $348,000, and that was because they were picked up on Monday, and then it was moved to the regular trash day. All I ask that as this moves forward, that you consider not punishing those who have green poly carts because they're only used about 4 to 5 months out of the year. To charge $550 a month for 12 months seems like a punishment. So that's all I ask, that you just consider it as it moves forward.
And I can go ahead and say, just to respond, I know that we're going to be taking a look at that. I appreciate the leadership of the commission and Commissioner Orr. I know we're going to be visiting, I think maybe next Wednesday, with David and Tim as we work to figure out what the best solution is here. So we appreciate your comment.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, with that said, we'll go to item number 15. I'll look for a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Motion
Second.
and a second. Please cast your vote. All in favor? 7-0 to 0. We are adjourned.